The research station on Kepler 442b hummed with the usual evening activity. Jasmine wiped the sweat from her brow as she catalogued another batch of soil samples in the xenobiology lab. The planet's twin suns had finally set, casting the alien landscape into a purple twilight that always made her feel simultaneously peaceful and unnerved. "Hey, Jazz, you should call it a night," Casper said from across the lab, his eyes still glued to the holographic display showing local fauna movement patterns. "You've been at this for 14 hours straight," says the man who hasn't left his station since breakfast, she retorted with a tired smile. Casper grinned sheepishly. "Touché. But seriously, the Silthari ambassador is arriving tomorrow. Commander wants everyone fresh and..." A proximity alarm cut him off. Both humans froze, exchanging worried glances. The station's perimeter had been breached. "External camera 4, Jasmine said, pulling up the feed. Her breath caught in her throat. On the screen, a massive creature prowled just beyond the reinforced fence. The locals called it a Vrachthul, an apex predator standing nearly 4 meters tall with 6 muscular limbs, razor-sharp talons, and a maw that could swallow a human whole. Its obsidian scales glinted in the station's floodlights, and its 4 eyes scanned the compound with predatory intelligence. That's close," Casper whispered. "Too close." The Vrachthul had never approached the station before. The Silthari, the planet's dominant sentient species, had warned them. Vrachthul were territorial, aggressive, and absolutely lethal. They'd lost a surveyor team to one 3 months ago. Jasmine's hands moved to the emergency protocols. "I'm sealing the lab and alerting..." She never finished the sentence. Something small and warm landed on her back. Tiny claws, no bigger than a kitten's, dug gently into her jacket. Jasmine gasped, spinning around, but whatever it was clung to her, scrambling across her shoulder. She heard a sound, a high-pitched chirp, almost playful. "Don't move!" Casper's voice was strangled with fear. Jasmine's heart hammered as the creature climbed into her field of vision. It was small, no larger than a human infant, with the same obsidian scales as the monstrosity outside. 4 golden eyes blinked at her with innocent curiosity. "A Vrachthul cub. Oh no," she breathed. "Oh no. The pieces fell into place instantly. The breach, the adult outside. This wasn't an attack. It was a mother searching for her lost child. A child that had somehow wandered into their station and was now sitting on Jasmine's shoulder, chirping happily. "Jasmine, if that thing outside sees you with its cub..." Casper's face had gone pale. "I know." Her mind raced. Every instinct screamed at her to run, to get the cub away from her, to seal herself in a vault and wait for rescue. But she'd spent 2 years studying xenobiology. She understood maternal instincts, survival drives, the universal language of parenthood. Outside, the Vrachthul roared, a sound that shook the windows and made both humans flinch. It slammed against the fence, testing it, searching. The cub on Jasmine's shoulder chirped in response, a pitiful, lonely sound. "I have to take it outside," Jasmine said quietly. "Are you insane? That thing will tear you apart, or it will see that I'm helping." Jasmine gently lifted the cub from her shoulder, cradling it against her chest. It was surprisingly warm, its scales smooth like polished stone. The cub nuzzled against her, trusting. "Stay here, Casper. If this goes wrong, I'm coming with you," he interrupted, grabbing an emergency medical kit. "Humans are stupid together, remember?" Despite everything, Jasmine smiled. They made their way to the airlock, the cub held carefully in Jasmine's arms. Through the reinforced glass, they could see the Vrachthul pacing, agitated, desperate. Up close, Jasmine could see scars on its scales, the weariness in its movements. A parent pushed to the edge. "Here goes nothing," she whispered and opened the outer door. The Vrachthul's head snapped toward them instantly. Its 4 eyes locked onto Jasmine, then dropped to the cub in her arms. Time seemed to freeze. Jasmine took 1 slow step forward, then another. Her legs trembled, but she forced herself to move steadily, non-threateningly. Behind her, Casper stayed close, ready to pull her back at the first sign of attack. "It's okay," Jasmine murmured, not sure if she was talking to the Vrachthul or herself. "I've got your baby. I'm bringing them back." The Vrachthul lowered itself, muscles coiled like springs. A low growl rumbled from its throat. Jasmine's survival instincts screamed, but she pushed forward. 10 meters, 5, 3. She knelt down slowly, placing the cub on the ground between them. The tiny creature chirped excitedly and scrambled toward its mother on unsteady legs. The Vrachthul scooped up its cub with surprising gentleness, inspecting it with careful sniffs and soft rumbles. Then slowly, it turned its attention back to Jasmine. For a long moment, predator and human stared at each other. Then the Vrachthul did something unexpected. It lowered its massive head in what could only be described as a bow. A gesture of gratitude? Recognition? Jasmine bowed her head in return. The Vrachthul turned and vanished into the purple darkness, its cub chirping happily from the safety of its mother's back. Jasmine's legs finally gave out. Casper caught her, and they both collapsed onto the ground, laughing with relief and residual terror. The Zilthari are never going to believe this, Casper said, shaking his head. Probably not, Jasmine agreed. But maybe that's what makes us human. We're crazy enough to think that compassion works across species lines, or just crazy enough to try. Above them, the stars of Kepler 442b glittered like diamonds, bearing witness to a small act of bravery that would ripple across the galaxy. Because that's what humans did. They found connection in the most impossible places, built bridges where others saw only walls, and sometimes that was enough to change everything.